had a theme song.
We
The
kinda have
Coolio
one.
Moolio show.
All right. Well, new week, new lighting yet again. Eventually we may run out of lighting options, but for now, the world is our oyster, really.
That is true.
I mean, check this out. Have you ever seen such a beautiful
It's a
ray
natural
of light,
lighting.
all on Nick spotlight, so to speak?
It's beautiful.
And I'll drink to that.
No sponsors today, other than pufferfish, as our
And
usual.
we also have a lighting sponsor.
Mm.
I think they're called The Sun.
The Sun, yeah.
The Sun,
Yeah.
I think, is sponsoring our lighting for today.
Great company.
They're doing our lighting. Yeah, really good. Check them out, guys. All I have to do is go outside during the daytime.
Yeah.
And look up, but don't look directly at them.
That's
because
their
that's
one.
like they tell you that it's like don't look directly at us because like you'll go blind.
Yeah, it is the side effect of we probably we don't. I wouldn't get into the
logistics.
Logistics
we don't want to
of
get
it.
too far into this, but the Sun. We really thank the Sun for our lighting today. Anyway, so we're gonna be. Let's say it's gonna be December 5th. We're gonna be uploading this on December 5th.
Yeah.
So, how does it make you feel? How do you feel about December 5th, 12/5/16?
I'm a big fan.
Are you?
Big fan of December 5th. I would give it 10 out of 10. Not enough Christmas.
I would give it 12 out of 5.
Because
too much Christmas actually.
Ooh. Really?
Yeah.
I think this is where we differ.
Well, I'll drink to that.
So, hello guys. Thank you for tuning in to the Coolio Moolio show. The only show where we just basically talk. And Coolio...
It's the only show that we host.
That we host.
Because we don't host any other shows.
We don't host any other show.
And so it's kind of pointless to say, you know what I mean? It's not like people are trying to like... it's not like people are trying to counterfeit our show or something. It's like very... we don't need to say that we're the only show that we're running, but we thought we might say it anyway.
Just to
clarify,
tell you guys.
Yeah. Just in case you thought we had other shows, we don't. At least not as of December 5th.
That's why I love it.
So this is the only talk show, video podcast, whatever you want to call it, run by us.
Where we talk.
Yeah, where we talk. We talk a lot of stuff. It's a variety show of sorts. I guess we've seen a departure a few times from our typical would you rather question. Yeah. But today, luckily, we've got some more would you rather questions.
Yeah.
Lined up. And so what we've been doing, if this is your first time watching, which it may or may not be.
Could be.
It could be, could not be. December 5th, anything can happen.
Hey, December 5th.
So,
I'll drink to that.
Well, I won't. So anyway, just kidding.
I won't.
No, I won't. So anyway, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, so what we do is we get emails from people that are sending in would you rather questions or any kind of I don't know, anything you want us to talk about, and basically we come up with fake names for them for no reason really. Like there's no reason to preserve their anonymity in this case because they're just sending us like questions that we can talk about. I don't really know why we do it, but it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And we've come up with some pretty good names in the past, so
Sure.
we're going to keep doing it. So today, why don't we come up with another name for a woman? But let's do one of us can do the first name, and the other one does the last name. Okay.
You want to take first name? Because I did Crosby.
That's true.
You want to take first name?
I'm trying to think. Because the thing about the names that I want to do is I either want to do very, very like
outlandish names.
Yeah, either names that aren't real names, like they're just a collection of sounds.
Kreiber.
Yeah, like Kreiber or Smiggle. But
that was my favorite.
But failing that, I still want to make them like unique names, because like at one time he said Jason, and I was like, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
We need something more exotic than Jason.
Yeah.
Okay. Jason is like, that's okay. It's too vanilla. I want some butterscotch. I want some caramel.
Ooh.
I want some toasted marshmallow.
I do like toasted marshmallow.
I want some marshmallow fluff, maybe.
That should be the name. Marshmallow fluff.
Marshmallow fluff. Maybe some. Anyway, so basically I want some names with more flavor. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna come up with the name of a girl, woman, lady. Let's say.
It's hard. It's hard, isn't it?
I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna call her Mardonna, not Madonna. Mardonna.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
Very almost a little bit familiar, but not so familiar that you know what the name is. Not so familiar that you won't question it. Because if someone said, "My name is Mardonna," sorry, what was that? Mardonna. Oh, like how do you spell that? You know, Mardonna.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Mardonna. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
it
exotic.
Catches you,
it's exotic enough. Yeah. Like it sounds like something else, but it's exotic enough where you have to ask about it and make sure you're hearing it right. So anyway, Mardonna, what? What's her last name?
Mardonna Milkmaid. Mardonna Milkmaid.
Is Milk her middle name, then Maid is her last name, or is Milkmaid her last name?
It's her last name.
Milkmaid.
They come from a strong family of the Milkmaids.
Even the men in the family are Milkmaids. Yeah, so I guess that name must have been passed down from her father.
It's from a Hebrew descent.
Okay.
It's very, very
milky.
Very milky.
It's very milky.
It actually in Buddhism, milkmaid means milkmaid.
Oh, that's really incredible. I really love hearing about the deep history. These phrases mean such different things to different people. You know? The fact that in a Buddhist culture, milkmaid means milkmaid. That is incredibly. I would have never expected that.
Beautiful.
I would have never expected that. Milkmaid means milkmaid.
Yep.
And it's interesting because Buddhist isn't even a language. It's like that doesn't make any sense. It's like how it doesn't. It's amazing that it translates to the same thing in something that's not a language.
It's the wonders of the world.
Crazy. That's really.
Shouts to our Buddhist fans.
Yeah, to all of our Buddhist fans. Who I guess if we have any, I don't know.
I think we have a strong.
Well, I think we have a strong Buddhist representation.
Yeah.
On our 18 subscribers.
Yeah.
We probably do.
Yeah.
I mean, how could we not?
I think.
How could we not?
We have a very high view in Thailand for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know why. We should look into that. Perhaps it's.
It's a pufferfish. It's got to be.
Is that where Crosby's from?
Crosby is from.
Or Kryber?
Kryber. They're both.
They're both from Thailand.
So wait, can you say the name?
Oh, so it's Mardonna Milkmaid. So that's her name.
She sent us this.
Yeah, she sent us a few questions. We'll see how many we can get through. Today. Do you want to read? Why don't you read the email up to the first question?
Okay.
And then we'll kind of switch off. So then maybe I can read the answers and we can get the next question.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
Okay.
Alrighty. Simply love you guys. Your tip top.
Oh, wait. You didn't read the salutation. Read the salutation.
Oh. Hello, governor.
No.
She put hello. Simply love you guys. Your tip top. Okay. Here's some questions for your perusal consideration. Sorry. I can't see. I'm technically blind.
Legally, yes.
I'm legally blind. Would you rather be a master of every musical instrument or be fluent in every language? Ooh.
So,
that's a good
thoughts?
one. I feel like I've heard this one from you too. I feel like we at least talked about this in some form.
I think the form that I talked about this because this is similar to, it's not a would you rather question, but it's more of a what would you question.
Yeah.
Because for me, I used to say, like, if you could choose one language to be fluent in right now, like you gain fluency right now at this second, what would it be? And what did you say? Arabic?
Yeah, Arabic. No, that was I chose Mandarin.
Oh, okay. Someone else chose Arabic. I forget who chose Arabic.
I feel like Victor. Did we ever guess this? I feel like it was one of the crew.
It was someone said Arabic because they said it was the hardest. They think in their opinion it was the hardest language to learn. But I don't know, whatever. So, but it's a little similar.
Yeah.
This is different though because it's I mean, what are your first reactions here? First impressions.
I think this is it's a loaded question.
Is it?
It's loaded because
loaded with what?
With bullets.
It's got the bacon, the
sour cream,
the
sour
cheese,
cream,
the green onion.
crema.
What are we talking about? Baked potato or a question now?
It's in there.
Point?
It's in there.
It's all in there.
The question is also in there in the
potato.
In the potato.
But anyway.
But I think okay, knee jerk reaction, knee jerk. It's gotta be. I gotta choose language. I like to think that it's harder for someone to learn a language than it is for an instrument.
Are you sure about that?
I could be wrong. That's why I say it's loaded, because it's like
Have you ever tried to learn an instrument?
Yeah, and it's terribly hard. But both require. I guess both are on the same level. They both require practice. They both require devotion. They both require that the patience of like, gosh, it's so hard. But I think personally, it would make my life easier with languages. As much as I do love music, I think as just someone who goes by every day, I cannot do music and survive. It is sad when you talk to someone and there's that cultural disconnect. So I gotta choose language. I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
So here's how I see it.
Tell me.
Okay. Here's how I see it.
Because I can't see.
That's why I'm seeing for you. Give me that. Okay. Guys,
You look like a gangster.
here's how I see it. Okay. So, in a way, actually, being a master of every musical instrument is a language in itself.
Oh, that's so deep. I didn't think about that.
Guys, music is a language, is it not? Can we not agree on that? Plus, here's the other thing, okay? Depending on what instruments you play or how much you know about, I don't know, I guess different musical instruments in general, you know that each instrument can be so different.
Yeah.
It's really incredible. Like you have the tones and the tendencies and the timbres of each instrument are so different. It really is like a different language. You know what I mean? Like it's a little bit weird because it's not so strict. You know, it's not a strict language in the sense that linguistic languages are.
Yeah.
But like if you, like for example, if you play piano, if someone plays piano, and you play and they hear a beautiful piece of piano music, that speaks to them in the same way a familiar language would speak to you.
Yeah, because you know what? Say you meet someone and they don't speak a word of what your language is. If you play a song that they know, or you know, a piece of music that they know, you relate on that. You know, they don't have to. You can say no. You can say not one word, but they can relate. You know.
Of course.
Which is beautiful. Damn, it's got beautiful really quick.
And in a way, doesn't music transcend language?
That's my great grandpappy used to say.
Take it in. It's okay. It's okay. Let it out. It's okay for me to cry.
I just wanted to play the flute.
It's okay. I understand. It's a little bit girly, but it's okay.
It's not. That's what they all say.
Maybe you should try saxophone. Okay.
That's what everyone tells me to play.
Yeah. Okay. And that's the other thing is that
it's so attractive to play an instrument too.
But there's all this there's all these stereotypes. Like when you're in middle school learning to play an instrument, there's so many stereotypes. It's like it's like what why is flute girly? Like it's just an instrument. Like why?
That's a good point.
I never understood. It's like I never understood that. It's like why are some
instruments it's ways of people trying to
more like masculine. Like it's an instrument. Like
it's a ludicrous idea because I mean the whole idea of a gender is a construct on itself. I mean I mean pink is a girly color. It's just this.
I thought you were talking about the artist.
The artist, she is a girl. There's no going back on that one. No, but really like. It's a stupid idea, but you know it's crazy you're bringing this up because I'm seeing all the points of languages and music and how they really go hand in hand.
Similarity,
you know, they really do. Like you know, languages speak to each other such as music speaks to each other. They both have their own characteristics. Speaking Arabic is far from speaking Mandarin, you know. But but some guy who speaks English, they look the same to me. And that goes to someone who's like, I don't play an instrument, so they both look the same to me. You know what I mean? Like the whole idea of learning them
from an outside perspective.
Exactly, and
there may be not much difference to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this really comes down to
racism.
Exactly.
Politics.
But this also comes down to what you are currently doing with your life. You know what I mean? like let's say for example you're studying business or something. You want to do international business.
Yeah.
Obviously, you'd want to choose
the
being able to speak
language.
exactly. No, the instrument, because that way you can go to all these different countries
and just start playing
and just play whatever instrument.
And you win get the deal.
Exactly, and then you get the business deal. And that's way more valuable than being able to speak to them in their native tongue.
Yeah,
for
people don't. Fun fact, guys, who grew up with people who speak a different language, they don't like speaking to you. Just play them an instrument.
Yeah.
Become their best friend.
It's like, you think there's gonna be some special connection when you can speak someone's native tongue? To them?
Come on.
No, of course.
Coolio, tell them, Coolio.
Yeah, we got Coolio over here.
Coolio,
yeah, he's telling them. He's
See, he's a little shy.
But But anyway, yeah. So that would be valuable.
Yeah.
The language thing, obviously.
Yeah.
If you do a lot of international things, or if you do something in linguistics, like if you, I don't know, are maybe some kind of field linguist. I don't know if you do field linguistics. I don't know. It's something like
I feel like it opened a lot of doors. Say you don't have like an initial skill, but you can speak a language fluently. That's a job right there.
And plus, it's like Plus, it says like what's the wording she uses? Does she say master?
Yeah.
Fluent in
that's powerful.
I'm also gonna extend that to say that you can read and write it.
Oh yeah, that's so powerful.
But what would it extend there? Or is that too OP?
I mean, both are you can. I feel like no matter what we do, there's no way of nerfing or buffing each other. They're both really vital in their own idea. I think it's just dependent. So say even if you can write or read language, that goes for, I mean, of course that goes for instruments. But like, it doesn't deter me from it. I'm still like, I would choose languages just because who I am on where I'm going in life. But hey, man.
Well,
what's your answer
for this?
Yeah. Because for a fun little fact about that is he actually speaks 50 languages fluently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
He plays 12 instruments with his feet.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get him started on what he plays.
Just with my feet. Actually, that's just with one foot.
Yeah, this is one foot.
24 if you double them.
Yeah, that's true.
Both feet.
That's true. I saw it. I've been there.
Very true.
But no, that is he can speak 2 languages. You're bilingual and learning more or less, right?
A little bit. I mean, I don't know if you count learning. I don't know if you count the Spanish as learning. I'm learning a lot of slang.
Yeah.
Which I guess kind of counts.
It's so funny because you guys can see Thaddeus, like, it's like you're not Mexican, but hear this man talk and it'll throw you off. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. You know, and he doesn't say like hola, como está? He's like, ¿qué onda, putos? And it's like, what the fuck?
I don't say hola, como está. I say hola, como. I say como estás. That's how I speak Spanish. And it's really impressive. I've had many people tell me that I sound like a Mexican, native Mexican true. Spanish speaker.
I still think he is. I don't know.
I mean, how can you argue when I say hola? Hey, hola.
But Daddy's also plays instruments. So I'm interested in what you say because you already have that power so far. You know.
So that's actually very difficult for me because I really enjoy learning new languages, and I really enjoy playing music.
Yeah.
I think it does depend on the level of mastery of each one of these because it says master of every musical instrument. And in my mind, being the master of a musical instrument means that you are considered at least a universal authority on it. You're that good.
Yeah.
You're good enough. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You're good enough in an instrument to be, like, internationally renowned as a master of that instrument. You might even be the best in the world at that instrument, right? But being fluent in a language, if that includes, so every single language, this includes languages that haven't been discovered yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
imagine that.
So like you know, like tribes in the Amazon that haven't made contact with the outside world ever. Yeah. You
languages
know their
before our existence, even, you know, like, you know, people know Latin, but it's a dead language, you know, I mean, that could also
sure. Okay, we'll say that too.
Imagine how odd, like, you know these languages, but you don't know where they're from, and so you start speaking this like tribal language, and you're like, I don't know what the hell that is.
And then, of course, if you can read and write in every language, like that is
it's power.
Like think about all the languages there are, and how many different writing systems there are.
Yep.
And how many like regional differences there are.
Yep.
And then like having all of that at your disposal. If we were to assume the absolute top tier of either of these, like literal master of every single instrument, or completely fluent, including reading and writing in every language, I don't know if I can decide.
Yeah, it's hard.
I mean,
would you flip a coin?
Would you?
No, I'd still choose language.
You still do language?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We can flip it.
This is really hard.
Heads is instrument, tails is language.
Okay. So
do you want to? This is up to you.
So I'll flip the bag. I'll flip the mic bag, and
I love these questions that make you flip it.
If I'm not satisfied with the outcome, then I guess we'll know what I really wanted. You know. Yeah. So the heads. What is this? What is this going to be?
This is instruments.
Okay. So this is heads. It's going to be instruments.
Yeah.
And this is tails. The empty side is going to be languages.
Yeah. I love these questions because it's hard to throw you off. And when it throws you off,
you know it's a good question.
It's a good question. So thank you.
Geez.
What was her name again?
Mardana
Milkmaid.
All right.
Miss Milkmaid, you were phenomenal.
Here we go. We're going to flip it. You should flip it.
I should flip it.
Okay, I'm going to close my eyes.
Ready? Don't look. Oh!
It's tails.
How do you feel?
So this would be languages.
Yep. You want the instruments. I feel like you personally.
It kind of. I think it really sucks because if it had landed like this, if it had landed on heads, I would have also been like.
Yep. Let me ask you something.
Shoot.
Let me ask you. I don't want to stay too long on this. But
it's okay. I think this is good. It's sparking a lot of discussion.
Yeah. Do you think the journey is more important than the destination when it comes to learning stuff?
That's another thing. That is another thing that you have to consider with this because what if you jump to such a high level at something of something, you really lose everything that you would gain from doing it yourself. You know, from getting there yourself, you lose the work ethic you would need.
Yep.
And you lose that probably. I mean, all the other skills that you need, like for languages, you know, maybe you discover this. I don't know. Maybe you have your own way of learning it. You have your own way of studying it. Same with music. You have you have your own way of practicing it. All that kind of stuff that you wouldn't get if you just became really good at them.
Yeah. Because it's a triumphant feeling to like say. Cause I'm sure you guys know that if you learn a language at a late age, it's much harder. You know the years how they progress.
That's I think that's debatable. I think I'm not sure if. I guess this is too deep to get into, but I believe what they talk. I think it's neuroplasticity.
Yeah.
When they're talking about how
because you're formable.
Yeah.
You know at that age.
Yeah. But I think there's something to be said for. I mean, I don't know if it's completely true. I think people use that as an excuse.
Yes.
You know, people use that as an excuse to not
that
learn
is
languages,
very true.
And it's very like self-limiting because like I don't know. It's just like people will say like, oh well, it's hard. It gets hard as you get older, so I'm just not going to try.
Exactly. See, I was about to disagree with you and be like, oh, you're not going to say it's like you're not trying to knock it and be like, oh, it's easy at this age. But I totally agree with you. A lot of people,
they use it as an excuse to not try.
We personally know a guy. I don't want to say his name, but remember how I was telling you like his languages? Who is this?
Who is she?
Who is she?
It's your hair though. So. Anyway.
We personally know a guy who was like I was telling him like, oh yeah, I'm studying Mandarin and I want to learn Spanish.
That's right here.
And he was like,
who is this one? Another one? It's actually another one. Hair. It's a white hair. It's a dog hair.
I think I'm just getting older. My dog has black hair. Do you have a dog? Have you been lying to me?
No, I don't have a dog.
Coolio, get out of here.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you, but anyway, continue with the story. So
but I was telling him, and he's like, that's just too much languages. I mean, it's his life; he can do whatever he wants. But like, he looked at me like, oh, that's just so much work. You're insane for doing that. And it's like, why not? Like, life is short. You know, embrace it. He lives in a place where there's a high population of people that speak Spanish. You know, you should try at least try. You know, I mean. Yeah. I'm not saying you have to, but it's like it's nice to know. It's a nice feeling that you can at least get the basic words in.
Or, I think for me the whole thing is like, don't use the excuse of getting older.
Yeah.
As a reason to not try anything like not even try learning a language. Like that kind of bothers me because people only speak one language. They don't realize how much they're missing out on.
Yeah.
There is. I'm sure if you've ever learned another language. Or you speak two languages. There's something very, very unique about being able to talk to someone in their like native language, especially when they're not expecting it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? if you spoke Mandarin to someone that that didn't know you spoke Mandarin, you know, that would be like, that's insane. That's like absolutely insane to them. Like a lot of people really love it when foreigners are able to speak their language.
Yeah.
It's like very, it's a very like,
it's respectful. It's like
admirable quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that reminds me of something we talked about. Remember when we were talking about the cultural differences of people and languages?
Yeah,
for example, you're welcome in English. You know, you say you're welcome to someone, but in Spanish, you say de nada. That's a whole cultural different thing. De nada literally means like of nothing. It's of nothing. You know,
we were talking about a long time ago the way that language shapes culture and vice versa, and this very kind of complicated give and take relationship between them, and how it forms a cultural, like almost like a mindset, you know, of and how these very little things kind of, you know, will shape it and mold that. So you know, and we weren't trying to necessarily draw any conclusions from it, but we were kind of talking about the differences between little differences in languages. Like, for example, the one he just said, where like in English, when someone says thank you, say you're welcome. You know, you are welcome to what I have. Like, you're welcome to ask me for things. You know, and that's an interesting thing in itself. But and not to say that people actually mean that.
No.
But it's just like these little, like,
it's interesting.
It's these little interesting things to know. And then in Spanish, you know, de nada, it's like it's
nothing.
it's nothing. Like, it's like don't even worry about it. It's like it's no problem at all.
I would have done it regardless. You know, and it's like, you know, like you know, like that is saying, it's not trying to put any like conclusions on anything.
Not necessarily.
But it's interesting, and that's the idea. Like, if someone who doesn't know Spanish doesn't know that, they're kind of losing out on some really like beautiful knowledge, knowledge. And so I don't know. It's like, I mean, and then stuff too, like, you know, the idea of like the non-existent things. If you've ever taken a linguistic class or just know any language, kind of, you know that some words might not even translate, and that's pretty cool. Because that means like there's something you have to wrap your head around that doesn't necessarily exist in your world. A ver, that's a big one that I'm learning because I'm taking Spanish, and it's like let's see, literally. But you know, I was talking to my teacher about it, and she's basically like, to sum it up, it's like the a ver actually comes from like the idea of existence, you know. But as an English speaker, she just put it. Oh, let's see. That's the definition. That's where it is. But it's deeper than that, and so that's beautiful, you know.
These untranslatable things are really cool, and it's one of the best feelings when you're learning a new language, when you get to a point where someone tells you one of those untranslatable things, and they're trying to explain it in English maybe, but they can't do it right because it doesn't translate very well. But when you hear the word, you kind of understand what it means still. Like you get to a point where it's like, and then you hear that using context, and you're like, that is so genius. We don't have that in English, or you know, we don't have that in this language. And that's really cool thing about learning languages too, that you would never be able to get because you would just know it, which is cool too. You'd be able to use it flawlessly, but you wouldn't be able to learn it for the first time and have that moment of, oh wow, that's so cool, like oh, that's amazing.
You know, that kind of reminds me of something. Remember the idioms we were talking about? Daddy's told me, I don't know if it was an idiom, but it was a poem, and it you know, it sounded beautiful, but when he literally translated it, it was like, oh, okay, it sounds cool. Like, it wasn't like as impactful, but you know, I'm trying to wrap my head around like, oh, if I knew Mandarin, those words probably meant way like deeper than how I would ever take it. You know,
the way we, wow, we're getting into so many. It's just interesting because we're getting into such. Like we're really delving into this, but that's like language parsing, like how and what kind of packets of information do you separate the language out into, and then comprehend them, which is a whole different topic. It's really interesting actually, and that kind of plays into the whole that plays a lot into grammar and I don't know, I'm not a linguistics major, but. I think that sort of thing is really interesting too. It's really interesting to learn about that and see where that comes from, and see how it again shapes the culture and the mindset. You know,
it really is. It's just so interesting. It's I mean, I mean, another idiom, for example, is if you speak Spanish, if someone were to get hurt, your grandmother would be like "sana sana colita de rana," which is like if you literally translate, it means like the weirdest thing. It's like get better by the tail of a frog. And so you tell it to someone, they're like, that's the weirdest thing ever, but it's deeper. There's some culture behind it, and so we just know it.
For me, that's not that weird because whenever I get sick, I eat a frog tail.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you guys know this. Like if I get sick, like let's say I come down with the flu or something, right? I'm really sick. I'll drag myself out of bed, go find a frog, and just.
His job.
So I mean,
he does do it. It's kind of beautiful. It's an art form.
It really is, and maybe I'll upload a video of me doing it sometime. No, but yeah. So I chop off the tail real quick, and I put it in a stew. I make this delicious stew. I gotta tell you guys, it's amazing.
It's great. I've tasted it.
Yeah, and so what the process is, you take the tail out of the stew, pop it in your mouth, swallow it whole. You can't chew it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll destroy the magic.
It's true.
And then you drink the soup down with it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's how you get better.
Yeah.
So for me, that's not a weird saying because that's all I already.
Yeah, that's true. I mean? But that's just a Thaddeus thing.
That's just me though.
It's not even like a Taiwanese thing. It's just a Thaddeus.
It's just me. I'm the only. I think I do that. But yeah. I can't speak for you guys. Maybe.
I mean, there's someone out there. Does Milkmaid do this? Let's email her and ask her, do you eat the tail?
Dear Margon, do you eat frog tails when you're sick? But yeah, no, I agree that it would be. You would never be able to learn that sort of thing again if you knew all the languages.
Yep. Oh, so, we're at 30, by the way.
Yeah. No, that's okay. But I think this is good because we managed to talk about a lot of things.
Yeah, we got deep
about
in
this one question. It's a very good discussion question. And what did it land on again? Did it land on tails?
Yeah, you had languages.
It landed on tails.
I think though that this fits you. I think this fits you.
I think either one would fit me.
No, honestly. Definitely. But I think if by that that little hair, I think languages, because Thaddeus is phenomenal at doing accents, and so I think this would just help you pursue that. Because there's gonna be an accent out there you'll never really.
But master. This is languages, not accents.
Yeah.
Unless it also extends to regional accents.
Maybe that's because I don't.
Which maybe it could, which is even more OP. That's so overpowered.
It's so OP. Bro, get nerfed, bro. Like,
yeah,
get
we
wrecked.
Really need to freaking nerf this.
Dude, option. Get wrecked.
Okay?
Get wrecked, bro.
Guys, I mean, we're out of time. But in conclusion today, does it matter if you choose music or language? I don't think it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Okay?
I don't think it does. All that matters is you choose one of them.
That's so true.
Well, okay, because here's the thing, right? They both offer such unique benefits and such unique, I don't know, I can't think of another word, but
I can think of two.
Okay, go ahead.
Milkmaid.
I thought that was one word though, because that's.
Oh, it's her name. Yeah.
So, but like it's for me, it's so hard to choose between the two. I would say, it doesn't matter whether if it's music or languages. I don't think it does. Again, all that matters is that you pursue. I think we can agree that it's worthwhile to pursue one of them.
True.
And as we've seen, I think there's a lot of things you can learn along the way.
Yep.
Learning language and learning music. So I think regardless of which one you pick, because maybe you pick it because that's super important to you, or maybe that it has more application for you. It has more utility for you. But I think that's never a reason to ignore the other one.
True.
You know what I mean? Like I think these are both great skills to have, and everyone should at least
go into
try these things.
I take back my answer. I'm going neither because I'm all about the journey, not the destination.
You're taking neither?
Neither, because I want to learn both.
Okay, well then I'm taking
E first.
Both of them then.
Oh shit!
Because there's one for each of us.
And I just
there's not. No, that doesn't make any sense because you picked languages too.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, I guess if I left out the coin flip, I guess languages. I mean, I can't complain about that. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Although I would like to master every instrument, but maybe I'll do that anyway.
Yo.
So anyway, well, that's our time, guys. Wow, I can't. We spent the
We
whole
spent
time
so
talking about one
much.
question, but
I think it was a good episode.
yeah, no, it was, and we hope you guys appreciate. No, what am I saying? We appreciate you guys watching. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Thank you guys.
And please, as always, like and subscribe. Send us suggestions, questions, anything. Coolio Moolio Show at gmail.com as always. And I mean, you want to say anything?
Thank you guys so much. Every Monday, new episodes. You're going to love it. Please send in more questions. Thank you.
All right. Yep. Like and subscribe. Anyway, we'll see you next time.
You know what? I'm not going to play music this time. I'm going to sing the intro out.
Okay, go ahead.
Girl, you're beautiful.
This is a real song? You're making this up.
Girl,
Okay,
I want to impregnate you.
Yeah, no, it's a real song.
This is a J. Cole song.